Is the audio good? We don't have to check audio or anything? Or
Um...
are you just gonna pray? Is Fortnite underrated?
Is Fortnite overrated?
Overrated.
Hello everyone, welcome to the third installment. This is now the production process. We have George Gordon
Hi.
and Evan Carse. So today we are going to talk about the production process for our 7-part web YouTube series called Greenhouse. You and I have always been bitters.
Bitters?
What's the right term for it? We banter, we bit.
Banterers?
We would always come up with like these funny voices or these funny people or these funny plot lines.
People who do bits.
Yeah, people. We would always come up with these little bits for like random stuff, but we would never do anything about it. And then I don't know when it was, but eventually you and I just like got out our notes app or voice memos and we were like, let's actually like record this.
And then we'll write them down.
And then the next morning we would look over it and be like, this fucking sucks. Like, this is the story of how I met George. I was at our good friend's birthday party. They kept on saying like, you gotta meet George. He's like the funniest guy ever. And I was like, I like funny people. And so I kept on seeing this guy running in and out of the room like, guys, I'm gonna throw up. We were wrapping up the night. It was like you, me, and a couple more people were like the scragglers of the party. You're mid-sentence saying like, I'm gonna throw up. And you kept on pretending to throw up. And then you actually did.
Sometimes the bit goes a little too far. It was sometime later we had another party. It was a Halloween party and I was dressed up as Curious George, but in the sense that I had a bunch of post-it notes with question marks all over myself and you were the man in the yellow hat.
Which was very convenient.
So I walk over and I go, hi, I'm George, and he goes, yeah, we've met.
After we conveniently get put into this improv for writers, which I'm a dramatic writing major, so I got put into it. George is an acting major, so he got put into it. From that, I was like, I know that George is the funny guy. I gotta get into improv with George, and I forget which bit made me go like, we need to continue this. We had written like 20 or 30 sketches. All that pre-production was we made like a Google Doc and just
listed like the props.
Here's the props that we need. Here's the days that I think that we're free. Let's just go with it.
I think we did the Godzilla one first, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
We brought you over early that day and we're like, George, just kind of fuck around and make Godzilla noises. We showed you all the scripts. Reading the scripts, I was like, okay, Godzilla was really funny, but how are we going to get past the hurdle of filming 20 sketches in just 10 weeks?
Right.
Because if you do the math, that doesn't add up.
Yeah, and we're, busy people, independent of like school
on top
and
of
all that other
doing
stuff.
4 classes. I had a job.
Yeah, no, I have a job too.
And you had a job.
Yeah, it was crazy trying to mash everything. That's kind of jumping forward a little bit into the motion production. We got a lot of stuff done very, very quickly. It was awesome. It
was the most that we've sacrificed for the sake of story, where it was like, we don't have a boom operator, fuck it, we'll just do this.
Yeah, right.
Or we don't have access to an old man, fuck it, we'll buy some spray paint and paint my hair.
That's right. We had a script that we didn't really like, do something together on a lunch break. Okay.
So we drove real quick to Spirit Halloween. It was originally going to be Batman, but they didn't have Batman in stock. And so she was like, we do have a large Minion costume. I was like, that's even better. 2 sketches that come into mind that were the hardest hurdles, which was the president's speech, and George Gordon is going to
oh my god, yeah.
The president's speech, we had 2 characters in it that were only available for 1 day out of the entire quarter. And we were only available for that 1 day, or else we were going to go over and we were going to risk having to axe one of the scripts. So we were like, shit, it's 20 pages long. We know that this is going to be the series finale. How are we going to film this just in 1 day? We worked from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Just like straight non-stop working and desperately going from location to location, desperately going from here to there. Like, if you were to see the full takes, it would be like George reading his lines and then saying, I'd be reading all my lines off screen. There was just no time to practice any of that stuff, and the mad rush really lent us to being desperate to say like, okay, in this moment this works, this doesn't work. Like,
and I think there's like, with that level of desperation, it kind of forces you to sort of like clean the plate completely, and you gotta know what you want, and whatever you do, you just gotta trust that it's good enough.
So,
and I feel like that's a lot of fun, at least for me, because on most film sets it's usually, all right, we're gonna do this scene, we're gonna do it 3 times for coverage, another for safety, and we're gonna get it all over. Whereas on these sets, it's always like, whatever comes out. This is the shot. We gotta go in for it. And we gotta give it 100% all the time.
Brings it back to like improvisation.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're going for it every time.
These were like kind of crazy sets, but it was never like stressful. It was always we're having fun and we're just kind of doing it for the sake of time, but not for the sake of like no one's getting mad at anybody or no one's like, we gotta do this now. We had no little AD whispering in our ear about time schedules.
Oh yeah, there was absolutely no AD. Like we were the directors, we were the cameramen, we were also in the scene.
Oh yeah.
We were the sound, we were the production design.
Everything. And it was just so much fun being like, this is like, I think this is like what college is for, like going around making stupid videos with your friends.
The amount of film majors who are so used to the process of like, we're gonna film 1 page and it's gonna take 9 hours long, to us inviting them over and we're gonna film 9 pages and it's gonna take us 1 hour.
That's right.
Charles, he's one of the most prolific film majors that I know, and he plays a guy that gets stuck back in time.
Yeah, he's also one of the lawyers.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
We had him over and he was like, this is so goddamn fun. I'm just hanging out with you guys. Like, it's just play pretend. It's not worrying about what the shot looks like as long as it's in focus and the lighting's okay. The story and the chemistry is what really matters.
Speaking as a solely acting person and not really much in the film world, seeing you all like create films, I think just speaks to your skill as filmmakers, because it's like the basics executed at a high technical level where you can just come in and like, it looks good and whatever, I can just like trust your process and be like, I can do whatever I need to do because I know that you have my back doing whatever.
Every single scene pretty much is just shot, reverse shot. I mean, you could say something about how that's very simple, basic, boring coverage, but Christopher Nolan has gone to say, I do the same exact thing, and it's just shot, reverse shot, maybe a wide.
Yeah, because I mean, like if the dialogue is good and if it's funny and if you can like tell the people in it are having fun, you don't really need a bunch of fancy camera tricks. Like you just need to see the people having a good time.
We have some inventive shots though. There's that one shot in the president's speech where I'm leaving the house and it's like over your shoulder.
Oh yeah, the most dramatic shot.
Yes. Back, and it's so dramatic. It's like a joke in itself.
Yeah. All the car shots.
No, that was crazy.
That was so fun though.
We have like just a suction cup attached to the camera. It's an actual piece of equipment, but like we're not film people. We have no idea what we're doing.
No.
So we just kind of suction cupped to the windshield.
And then we like give it a pull and we're like,
There were absolutely 0 waivers, absolutely no contracts. We never got permission to shoot in a single place.
Any location, though. I remember when we were in Wallen Hall down there, it was like every room we had to go to, we go, okay, we're going.
And everything worked off of favors, saying that you're a film student.
begging.
And I think that's a big human part of filmmaking that gets brushed aside, which is like a lot of people actually are willing to help out and willing to see your creative things. Our ignorance is always bliss.
Yeah. And I feel that kind of also plays into the sheer number of scripts that we were able to do and stuff, because it's that ignorance of like, if we knew any better, it would hold us back. But, being like young filmmakers, it's just like, well, let's just do this and see what happens. And it fucking looks great. It's awesome.
I don't mean to bash on any one of us, but right now, we're nobodies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we're not losing a single thing by just going out and trying. And I think that aspiration to go ahead and try something really rubbed off on everyone, to the point where like, it was actually kind of an emotional wrap. The last scene that we wrapped was the court trial scene. When we finished, we're like, we did an entire season of television in 10 weeks. Every single person did this for free. Every single person sacrificed so much. Like, we got actual people who like wanted to be respected actors do our shitty little thing. You didn't audition for any of this stuff. We were just like, George, can you hang out?
I would get texts like, tomorrow, 10 p.m., what are you doing? And I said, well, fucking filming a sketch, I guess. To me, it brought me back to like early YouTube and watching like Smosh and watching like these, and it's the reason like why I wanted to be an actor and do silly stuff and make people laugh. Being able to do that in college and have that kind of like, look past everything and really get to the heart of it fills my heart with such joy.
We would see these pioneer filmmakers who were at the time the same age that we are now doing that stuff.
And we're doing the same thing.
And we're doing the same thing.
Literally.
Being a young actor at the start, or even like honestly before my career even starts, looking back on it now, like it's only gonna get better from here. This is already the greatest thing that I've ever done. So I'm so excited to see like where it goes forward, like in the future. You know, the connections that we make here are gonna blossom into something beautiful in the future. I think the biggest thing that people get in their heads is like, yeah, like I don't have a camera, I don't have a boom, whatever. It's gonna sound shit. It's like, well then it's gonna sound shit, but as long as you're having fun, like everything that you do is gonna sound shit. But as long as it's like, as long as you're proud of it and as long as you're having fun, like that's all that matters. If you want to do something, just make something.
Thank you guys so much for watching. The next video will be all about the post-production process for everything that we've made. Like always, thank you guys so much for commenting and showing your guys' support. If you have anything else that you want me to cover, please feel free to comment. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Bye guys!
Bye!